Marvel, listen up. You better give Red Dagger his own solo series.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Marvelous Musings, and today things are about to get a little dicey.
What are we? Oh, okay. Far better. All right. Wait, what's this guy doing here?
Am I supposed to be?
Well, I guess it looks like we have another special guest, everybody.
Hey guys, I'm Priyansh. I'm the Marvelous Musings Instagram manager. Those amazing stories and posts, that's all me.
Follow our Instagram. Today, we're going to be talking about Miss Marvel, and to be honest, I cannot promise that this episode will be Halal certified. Thank you, everybody. Personally, I didn't hate it. I also don't think it was the best show ever. I think it was probably at the bottom of the Marvel TV shows that have just come out on Disney+. But I don't think it's terrible like many people do seem to think. I think it has its moments. I think it is suited more for younger teens and for slightly younger audiences than other Marvel TV shows. But I think it does its job quite well, which is to explore the sort of the storyline of a Pakistani American girl who is learning about her own powers and going from someone who's just a fan of superheroes in her world to actually having to be one and having to sort of experience what that's like. So in total, I'd say that this show for me would be about a 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, and in the beginning of the show, it seemed quite disorienting, and at the same time, there were also elements of it that screamed cringe, especially to audiences that it was supposed to be targeted at. On the whole, near the end of the show, especially, got enjoyable. I especially enjoyed Mangalani's acting. I think she did a fantastic job. Either a 5 or a 6, maybe a 6.5.
I'd say, being a brown man, this show
Can't relate.
The first half of the show, I'd like to think of it as halves. The first half of the show, which is the first 3 episodes, I'd say were nothing but cringe. But the second half of the show, episodes 4, 5, and 6, I was very hooked with. I liked the stories it was going. I liked the evolution of Kamala Khan as a character. I think she will do great. I very much warmed up to Miss Marvel throughout the last 3 episodes of the show, and I think I would also give it like a 6 or 6.5, possibly a 7 out of 10.
I'd give the show a 6 too. Like Nurjan said, the show was in 2 parts. The first 3 episodes were really cringe. I actually stopped watching the show like from the second episode onwards for a while because it was so cringe. But then I watched it again, and the other episodes, episode 4, 5, and 6, they really got into like the character of not just Kamala Khan, but like Miss Marvel itself, like superhero. So yeah, I got hooked to it, and
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah,
Priyansh and I actually watched a couple of the episodes together. So we literally had firsthand reactions of each other.
I think probably one of my favorite moments was the episode that explored a little bit of the history of the partition. I thought that was a really intriguing and more so than that, just an engaging episode. And this is real history, right? This is stuff that actually happened in history. But more than that, we see how it sort of exists in the Marvel Cinematic Universe as well, through the lens of the characters within this show. And how it impacted their own lives, which we'd seen in previous episodes. In episodes 1 to 3, we see how a partition had kind of affected the lives of Kamala's mother and her mother. But now we actually got to see exactly what happened in that time. And I thought that episode was truly beautiful.
I'd say my favorite part would be in episode 4/5, where Kamala supposedly time traveled back to the past when she saved her grandmother and helped her get back to her father and in the train. That's my favorite scene because I am obsessed with time travel. It is my absolute favorite concept in storytelling. It was kind of confusing on how the Bangle was able to transport her back in time to that particular moment, but it probably will be revealed in.
I also enjoyed the time travel. I don't share the same passion that Naranjan does for time travel. I felt that the entire time traveling arc could have been better explained, maybe as Marvel had done in Endgame. But I really enjoyed Marvel exploring an actual real world event because everything else, it's like a Marvel superhero actually influenced some other real world event. Tony Stark influenced the war in Afghanistan. Captain America influenced the war, the Second World War. It was good to see an entire chunk of an episode dedicated to an actual historical event that actually happened without the MCU somehow meddling in it. Of course, it does meddle with all the time traveling and all that, but also the visuals it created was such a good and nice contrast from the rest of the other 3 episodes, which had been a bit, if I may use the word, childish.
In episode 2, there was this one part where Kamala wanted to go to AdventureCon, but her mom did not let her go. But eventually she came around and she let her go on one fuck, I forgot the word.
Condition.
Condition.
Okay, let's cut that out. Okay. One condition. If her dad also goes, and her dad came out as Daddy Hulk.
I don't like that. I don't like that one bit.
I found that cringe, but then like you could also.
It was a good kind of heartwarming cringe.
Yeah.
Heartwarming cringe.
Yeah.
Like through that, you could tell that her parents really cared about her. Like they wanted her to go, and also like later on in the future episodes, like when they found out that she was Nightlight, they really supported her. So,
not to be confused with Night Monkey, by the way, guys. Just putting that out there.
I did really like her parents. They weren't like a lot of shows and TV, like especially when it's about South Asian culture.
Yeah, thing with parents. I sort of warmed up to the parents as well, and it was good to see the evolution of her parents gaining trust in her to be. First, it was not letting her go to AvengerCon, but now they're allowing her to be a full-on superhero and protect people, right? Obviously, Farhan Akhtar showed up in the MCU for the first time.
Yeah.
He did show up in the episode, only 1 episode, and he did die in the episode, but it was great to see him in the MCU. He's a phenomenal actor.
And just the presence that he brought with him on the screen as well was amazing.
Yeah,
and then they killed him in 1 episode.
Everything about him was
killed him in 1
perfect,
episode.
except that one moment where he got stabbed. Interesting character was the Red Dagger, who I found to be quite a sort of engaging character. The only thing that annoyed me about the Red Dagger was the fact that his Pakistani, his Urdu actually was god awful. It was like when he was speaking in it, I was like, that's an American doing an accent right there.
He was very good looking.
Okay.
Yeah, just add it to the counter.
Bro, I don't care. Red Dagger is the best character of the entire show. Marvel, listen up. You better give Red Dagger his own solo series. I want to see more of that character.
We can't forget about our good friend Brian.
I like Brian.
Brian was done. One interesting thing I actually found out about Bruno, the actor who played him, was that he originally auditioned to play Spider-Man, which obviously we now know Tom Holland plays. But I honestly could see him as Spider-Man. The characters are very similar.
One detail I liked throughout the entire series is like how Kamala builds up to her suit, right? First of all, it starts off with character development, but then it eventually goes on to Farhan Akhtar's Waleed giving her the blue jacket. And then later was Kareem, Red Dagger, giving her the scarf. Brian obviously giving her a mask. Her mother actually building her the full suit, and then her father finally giving her the name Miss Marvel, and obviously her grandmother giving her the Bible. Technically,
that especially that last moment you mentioned where her father gives her the name, I found to be quite beautiful. Bruno drops some major information on her. That her powers are not just, because she's a Jinn or from the Noor dimension, but because she has a mutation in her genes. And when he says this, the X-Men 92 theme sting can be heard playing in the background, signaling that Kamala Khan in the MCU is a mutant. Now, it's very possible that there are many other mutants in the MCU already that we just don't know of, that are like Kamala, who just haven't come out yet, right? And I think that's probably what we're going to see more of soon. And I'm sure maybe there will be more discussion on that in future projects like Fantastic Four, in the Marvels, which is coming out next year. Very excited for that now, which I actually wasn't as excited for it before, but now after seeing that last post-credit scene and this ending, I'm pretty excited for it.
And I'm Cyclops.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Yes, Prince. Final thoughts, Prince. Come on. Final thoughts. Come on. Final thoughts.
I think it was a good show.
And just to wrap it up, let's talk about the post-credit scene. Right. Our very own Captain Marvel, Brie Larson, showed up. Well, I've read some theories online about what that could be, and there in the comics, in Marvel comics, there is a sort of device. Now, this device is called the negabands are worn by Marvel. Only one of them can ever be in our universe at a given time, while the other person is in the negative dimension. Now, it's possible that the bangle is one of the negabands, right? And the other one is being wielded by Captain Marvel at this point. We don't know why. Maybe that'll be explained in the Marvels. Maybe so. After the events of Shang-Chi, she was in the negative dimension with this negaband, and then when Kamala got it, at some point, it swapped their places, and we'll learn more about what that means and why that happened in the Marvels.
Okay. You guys like and subscribe and share the episode if you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and go enjoy a bowl of ice cream pizza.